Hey everyone, happy 2025. Leanne here from Kingdom Blogger. So today I want to kind of do a recap, a year in review of 2024. I had been doing the monthly blog income reports, but honestly, I got a little sidetracked and I hadn't really done them for the last couple of months. So for this one, I'm just going to do kind of an entire year recap to kind of show you the website, the blog traffic, which I lost a lot of, like most of you, and the comparison to the income. And I also want to point out that, it's no secret that so many of us lost a lot of traffic this past year. And I am no exception in getting kind of overly involved in that, like consuming the fact that, oh my gosh, I've lost all this traffic. And because of that, I really wasn't noticing that there were some actual gains that I had in some other areas. And so I kind of want to show you that as well and just give you a little bit of hope for this coming year. And, also what things I'm going to be doing different, like what I was doing last year that I'm not going to be doing this year, and what new things I'm going to kind of add to my strategy that seem to be working right now. So let's get into it. Okay, so we are going to start with the website traffic. Let me move my little thing here. All right. Let me see if I can zoom this in. So this is actually a 23 to 24, 2023 to 2024 comparison. So you can see like the bigger picture. And I think this is really important. This is why I tell everyone, don't look at your analytics daily because you're going to have ebbs and flows. What you want to look at is from a more of a bird's eye view. So I always recommend only checking it really on the first of the month so you can see the entire month at a glance. So, because 2024 was so depressing, I wanted to compare it against 2023. And honestly, in looking at this graph, it's even more depressing. So, right here's January of 2024. And I mean, it's obvious. I lost well over half of my traffic. I mean, in 2023, I was getting upwards of 5,000 plus visitors daily to the website, to where as we closed out 2024, it was not even 2,000 for most. Like it was around 2,000 here, but I mean, it was pretty low. Okay. And then we go over to my prayer site, same thing. I was averaging maybe 1,800 visitors a day right in here. And now it's a good day is to get 500 visitors. Now, keep in mind, this is a combination of all traffic sources. So, not just Google, this is Pinterest and social media and everything. And then the Bible study printable site, I'm not exactly sure what happened here. I actually have two properties, and I think there was some issue in the property tracking right around here because when I pulled up the other property, it actually showed and then it dropped off. So just kind of showing you from here, this is about mid to late July of 2023 until now. And this one is actually a little more promising. It's not as depressing because it's remained pretty consistent. It did kind of go down here in December, but it's right back up. So I'm hopeful for this site, but it's still fairly low. It's this was one of, I think this site started in early 2022. So I'm not as depressed about this one because it's kind of remaining steady. Add a little bit of a dip in the spring and summer, but it kind of rebounded. So I'll take it. Okay. All right. So the traffic as a whole was pretty, bleh. Like I honestly, I dreaded doing my top of the month reports. The first of the month is when I log in and look at my analytics. This is what we do in my membership group and kind of look at the month as a whole. I dreaded it because every month this past year, it just kept going down, especially for the Kingdom Bloggers website, because that was my main site. But as I started to finish out my reports, getting ready for my taxes for the year, which I'll be doing here in a couple of weeks, I actually started noticing there were some things that actually went right. So I'm going to hop over here and show you my income side, specifically my digital products with Gumroad and Etsy. All right. So even though my traffic from 2023 to 2025 to my website took over a 50% decline, a 50% loss, my digital products kind of went the opposite direction. So this is my Gumroad for 2023. I made about $640, which was great. But in 2024, last year, I had a huge increase in sales of my digital products on Gumroad, which does not correlate to the traffic on my website. Okay. In 2023, I was doing great, 4 to 5,000 visitors a day. In 2025, it was just not that. And so there were some things I did differently with my digital products, especially Gumroad, that resulted in this blessing. And the funny thing is, I didn't even realize this until I looked at it as a side by side comparison. So, what did I do? Well, the biggest thing was Gumroad has the ability to upload free products. And so I have a whole video about that. And I'm going to talk more about that this year because I think this is vital. This is a key part of my strategy. So you can upload freebies and market them. So, of course, on my website, anytime I link to my Bible reading plans, Bible studies, they're to the freebie on Gumroad. And you know what? People will actually offer a donation for them and sometimes also leave a tip, even though they're totally free. And the truth is, most months in 2024, I actually earned more from the freebies than I did from my paid products, which is just mind blowing to me. So, to anybody who ever purchased or paid for my freebies, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. So this is part of my strategy going into 2025 is to really ramp that up. My Bible reading plans, I just finished up all 12 for this year. And instead of kind of putting them out the month that they are for, so instead of, the October reading plan, only putting it out there into the internet in October or, September, a month or two before, I've actually put all 12 out there. And I have, of course, the website, but there are Pinterest pins leading to the website, the link on the blog, like every month. So every month this year, a new pin for each of the 12 reading plans will be going out. And I'm going to do another video just about my new Pinterest strategy. But the freebie is very important part of my overall strategy. So if you are creating digital products and you're only selling them on Etsy or on Gumroad, you want to create a free version of that product and use that as the one that you put out there more. Focus more on offering free resources to people, and I promise you it will return in a blessing like I've seen this past year. Like I put the stuff out there because honestly, the truth is I was just trying to get the free stuff out there to drive traffic to the website. I wasn't really even thinking about the income side of it with the digital products. And so a lot of my paid versions of my free Bible reading plans, I hadn't even created them yet. That this was for 2024. I was just getting all my freebies out there because in my mind, I was focused on the website traffic. But because people were offering donations for my free things, this is where the income increased. And then I did eventually go through and create the paid version and then the built-in upsell that you can do in Gumroad. And then I did make quite a few of the upsells as well. But the story here is the freebies. Get all of your free resources on Gumroad and push them out more to people instead of trying to just promote your paid products. I promise you it will provide a return. Okay, so now we're going to hop over to see my Etsy. So this was just Gumroad. Etsy was a little different. Now, Etsy is a search engine. This is why I tell everyone if you have if you're on Gumroad, you should also be on Etsy. If you're on Etsy, you should also duplicate the listings onto Gumroad, your paid things. Like it's a no-brainer. Put them in both places. And I know some people are like, well, Etsy takes a cut, too much of a fee and all that. Yeah, but Etsy is a search engine where people go for digital products. So even though they might take a little higher fee, those are sales you would not otherwise make. So you've got to be willing to kind of give it that. And the thing is, my listings are exactly the same. I use the same thumbnails, the same description. Everything is the same. I just copy and paste them into both. So it's not a lot of extra work. Okay, so the dotted line was 23, the solid line is 24. So this is my total revenue from my Etsy shop. Now, this is my main one. I also have my one where I sell templates. It didn't make quite as much, so I didn't put that one on here because I only have a few listings on that one. But just this is my older one. Now, here's a funny story. This year or 2024, my shop actually got suspended for, I want to say maybe 2 months, a little over 2 months. It was over some, they wanted me to update my tax information. I tried to do that and it rejected it, said my social security number wasn't my social security number. Now, many of you know this is my second Etsy shop. My Etsy shop that I had years ago completely got suspended because of the same issue. So I had to open up this new one, I think in 2022. So I was like, oh gosh, not again. And so I want to say it was about 2 months, my shop was completely suspended. Fortunately, we were able to get it resolved. And they opened it back up and I immediately started making sales again. But the story here is that my shop was closed for 2 months of this year, and I still had a 40% increase. You can see this right here compared to 2023. Now, obviously, I did add more listings, but it just shows that number one, people are looking for Bible study type materials, reading plans, study lessons, things like that on Etsy. But this again does not correlate to the blog traffic. Your digital products, when you have them listed in both places, Etsy and Gumroad, and they are things people are looking for, you will see the sales. So I was just pleasantly surprised to see that even though my shop was closed down for 2 months, I still had a 40% increase over the prior year. Okay, so to wrap it up, what am I going to be doing like strategy wise, right? So this past year, of course, because I did lose income, um, my ad revenue traffic is directly proportional to the traffic I'm sorry, my ad revenue is directly proportional to the traffic because it's based on visits to the website. So I lost a significant amount of income from ad revenue. Now, the amount that I made in digital products did not make up for it. But I'm not focusing on the fact that it didn't replace what was lost. I'm focusing on that it is growing. And it's not unfathomable or unrealistic for me to hope that by the end of this year, I can fully replace what I lost with the ad revenue. And that's what I'm focused on from the income focus. So I started my Facebook page this year and a Facebook Bible study group. Both of those are doing really well. My Facebook page is almost to 10,000 followers. I have people who engage every single day. And those engagements are leading to website traffic, which was the goal. My Facebook group is a Bible study group. So all the studies that I'm creating, I'm delivering them in the group. And that is actually helping to send traffic back to the website, thereby increasing the ad revenue. My focus for content going forward, in previous years, it was all about SEO and finding keywords, just write about the keywords. And there was really no passion in it. Because of the income loss, I did have to let go of all my writers, which I hated doing that because that was providing income to them. But at the same time, it helped me refocus on what am I actually creating content for? Am I doing it just to get blog traffic, or am I doing it to truly help people grow in their knowledge, right? And so this year, actually this past year, we started it, but my content is solely Bible study, creating simple Bible study lessons, Bible reading plans, things like that, and delivering them in all the places, specifically Pinterest. Pinterest is right now where I'm getting the majority of the engagement and the traffic. And so I'm going to continue doubling down on that. Now, this is something new I'm doing for this year. I do have a devotional and a coloring book on Amazon, and I do make a few sales, even though I don't promote it. It's just through Amazon. Now that all of my Bible reading plans are fully complete, they're about 105 to 108 pages for the full digital versions, which are all in PDF format. I am going to start transitioning them into Amazon KDP program and just see how it goes. Now, it will take me a little time to get them formatted. And so I'm going to kind of work through one or two a month and, just put them out there. But it seems these are things people are looking for. So these will be, little books that people can just order instead of printing them out at home. But I've already created 24 of them, all of 2024s and all of 2025. So there's 12 completed study journals that are topical. So getting them on Amazon is a goal I have for this year. And then the last thing is my faith YouTube channel. I started this past year, but these last 2 months, because I've been so focused on finishing up my Bible reading plans, I hadn't really had time to make any videos. Also, I had some medical things going on and I was out of commission for about a month, really the whole month of November, I was out of commission. And I'm just now getting back to where I feel good enough to be on video because I was hurting, y'all. But this year, I am going to double down. All the content I've already created for my Bible reading plans, I'm going to start going through and adding a video component to all of them, and then just switching out the file that they receive as the download to include the video. And so everything I create is going to be directly related to the Bible reading plans and the Bible studies I've created. And so we'll see how that goes. So anyway, that's it. That is my year in review. I had significant loss with all three websites, well, except the Bible Study Printables one. But Kingdom had about a 60% loss overall, which was very depressing. But even in that loss, I did find the blessings. And it also helped me reshift my focus on the kind of content I was creating and getting more excited about creating these Bible studies and then actually leading them in my study group. And the messages that I get from the people on Facebook, my Facebook page, I have some avid followers there, which is crazy. And then, of course, my study group. I mean, that is growing every week. I get new members joining it. They're finding it through Pinterest, they're finding it through Facebook search and so forth. So my encouragement to you for this year 2025 is to reevaluate what you are doing. Number one, what is your goal? Why are you doing it? Are you just trying to write content so that you can get ad revenue? Because honestly, if I'm being completely honest, I do believe that sort of became my focus in past years without me really realizing it. I mean, my goal has always been to get more Jesus on the internet, but it was always about I got to get more traffic so I can get the ad revenue. I mean, because honestly, this is how I pay my bills. But it really helped me refocus that to where now I'm like so excited about creating these Bible studies because at the same time as I'm creating them, I'm having to proof them and research them and everything else. So it's helping me grow more in my knowledge as well. But more importantly, what I want you to take away from this video today is if you experience significant loss with your ministry this past year, take a moment, look at it from a bigger picture and find some blessings. Maybe it was some heartfelt emails or comments from your audience and how the content you were putting out there impacted them. That is the best thing ever. I get so many emails from my readers, questions about, they're new to faith and they're not sure where to get started. And I just feel so honored to be able to help guide them in that journey as a new believer, as someone new to this. And it just melts my heart when I get these messages because I'm like, wow, God, thank you for choosing me for this task, right? And other than that, it's really looking forward. I think 2025 is going to be a really great year. I heard on the radio the other day that, because I listen to Air One all day long, and I heard that Bible sales are at an all-time high. So no matter what the media and everything else is telling you, people are searching, for answers, but they're also searching online. And that's where we come in. We are here to ensure that people are getting the right message, the right encouragement, the right hope through our content, however that looks, whether it's digital products, whether it's social media, whether it's your website, or whether it's all the things. But just make sure your heart and your motives are right, realign them to make sure that the gospel is the focus. And I truly believe the blessings are going to come. But make sure you're doing it right. Make sure you're listening to the right people who are helping you on this journey. I hope that's me because, I truly want to build a kingdom ministry and help creators get that message out there. So that is all for this video. If you have any questions or you have any comments or feedback, I would love to hear it. Drop a comment below, or of course, you're always welcome to hop over to my Facebook group where you can ask all questions, all things blogging, social media, online content creation, whatever. And we are going to make a huge impact in digital discipleship in 2025. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you all in the next video. God bless and have a great week. Bye bye.